After the ball is over, after this game is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Hello, welcome to Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 136. It is January 6, 2015 as we are recording. We're a little late today, kind of got a slow start, but there you go.
Not really that late.
Hope you all had a happy new year and a wonderful Christmas. And my hair. We hope you had a wonderful New Year and Christmas. We had snow today, which is kind of nice. I didn't have to go anywhere. It wasn't too much snow, but we had a little bit, so it was nice. We'd like to welcome all new and returning viewers, but before we do, I am Marlicia, also known as Lady Fernico on Ravelry and Plurk and just about everywhere else, and as Shadowlight or Marlicia on my writer sites.
And my name is Talia, also known as Franciscan Gypsy on Ravelry and on Instagram. I apologize in advance, like I've been doing the last couple weeks. Allergies are hitting us really hard over here.
I did not wear my t-shirt today because
she's a loser.
I forgot.
She's a loser.
I'm ignoring her. I'm tired. So we want to welcome all new and returning viewers. Thank you for joining us.
She has no PHN love.
I do. I have my cup with my chai tea. What's in your mug? I have chai tea in my PHN.
But she only shows her own face. There you go.
I can't very well move my hand with this brace, so.
Although, I think it's just the way, because I'm on the right side.
Yeah, you were holding it with your right hand. If I hold it with my left hand.
But the proper left, as they would say in the art world.
In any event, we hope you all had a wonderful holiday, Christmas,
What's in your mug?
New Year's. What's in your mug? My mug has chai tea.
I have the dark rose hearts again. That has become easily my favorite tea.
Well, I meant to have the Earl Grey that Karen
Earl
Fay
Grey
got us.
Moonlight.
Yeah, but we got late and I didn't want to take the time to steep it. So, and this is one of my favorite teas. So, we have several new members that we would like to welcome officially because they joined the group and said hi either by joining officially or popping into the thread or both. Both. Okay. We'd like to welcome Yolma, Y-O-L-L-M-A. Welcome. We'd like to welcome Ann Gordon 1, who is Nicholas, and Mum of 2GG, who is Simone. Welcome to both of you. We'd like to welcome Kathy 29, who is Kathy, and T Plays Nice, who is Tracy. Welcome to you both. And Tracy has her own new podcast.
Oh, that's cool.
She's a new podcaster. I did queue her up. I just haven't had a chance to watch yet, Tracy, so I'm looking forward to doing that.
I'm having trouble keeping with the podcast I have.
I am too, but I like to check the new ones out. Crochet Lily, who is Rebecca, we welcome you. Lady in Tennessee 48, I think that's what it is. Lady in TN, I am assuming is Lady in Tennessee 48, who's Deborah. Welcome, Deborah. Middle-aged Pearl, who is Marianne. Welcome. I'm glad you took us up on our offer. We got Middle-aged Pearl from Emily over at Fibertown.
Oh, yay.
And she checked out my husband and Vina's two artist sites. And she's
those of you who got Christmas cards from us,
Mm-hmm.
that was actually one of Dad's piece of art. It's hanging
Right.
over the original's hanging over our couch.
Right. It's not a painting overdone of a picture. It's a picture of a painting that he did originally.
Yes.
It's quite large and it hangs over our
and it's
our couch.
oil, I believe, is what he uses.
It's oil. Yeah, it's oil painting. So so those of you who got those cards, it is a painting. It is not a photoshopped painting. But we're glad you liked them. We got several responses.
Just like people. This here is an actual drawing that
Mm-hmm.
was placed on a T-shirt, mug, whatever. It
Right.
wasn't a Photoshop of a picture.
No, he did the caricature. Okay, we have lots of prizes to give out today. Do we want to start? I thought we'd start with the 12 days.
That works.
Okay. We have the 12 Days of Christmas. Let me get the box here. It's off to my side. Okay. The prizes do get progressively larger, but we might put a little something in with some of the smaller prizes. We have the first 3 prizes are the pen, hook, and needle pens, 1 each. And the first winner was Maria Wilhelmina, who is Marriott. And Marriott,
Hey, Marriott.
I need your address because
You moved.
you moved, and the Christmas card we sent you got bounced back because it went to the wrong address. And so we will send you the Christmas card along with your with your pen. But this is the pen, okay? And Marriott, you won one of these. Yarnder Woman won one of these. So congratulations. And Blondie in Nevada won one of these. So those are the 3 pens. So we need your addresses. Blondie in Nevada, Maria Wilhelmina, and Yarnder Woman. Please contact me with your addresses so we know where to
Yarnder
send
Woman
it.
is Melinda.
Melinda.
Blondie,
And
Nevada.
I think, I always get her name mixed up. I think she's Patty.
I think you might be right.
I think it's Patty. And I apologize if I've got the name wrong, because I can see her face, I can see her avatar and everything.
Well, she was really active commenting in the toy along.
Yeah, she's very sweet. So we have those 3 people.
She's in charge of the toy swap.
Those 3 people won the pens. Those are the first 3 of the prizes. Day 5 wins the Okay, we have the mouse pads. We have 3 of these. The mouse pads. Scary thing.
I know you did.
You may not want them. Pumpkin 97, you get one of the mouse pads. Victorian Studio, who is Maureen, you get one of the mouse pads. Googly Eyes Yarn. I'm afraid I don't remember your name.
Oh, it is Sharon.
Sharon?
Sharon, I think.
Okay. I know who she is. She's a sweetheart. I just can't think of her name.
I think it's Sharon.
So, Pumpkin 97, Victorian Studio, and Googly Eyes Yarn, please send us your address. You each get one of these mouse pads for your computer or whatever you want to use it for. Okay. We have 4 pen, hook, and needles bags, tote bags. They look like this on both sides, and we have 4 of these. Allison Roseboom, you get a bag. You better get to us with an address pretty quick, Allison, because I know you're moving.
Yeah, you might want to get us your new address,
right.
And maybe we'll hang off sending hers right away.
Or we can send it, she's going to a wedding, a place where she's going to a wedding, and that's in a couple of weeks, so we can send it ahead there if she wants, whatever her decision is.
Yeah.
So Allison, let us know where you want us to send yours. Anne Fran, you get one of these. Who's Anne?
Hey.
Red Buggy gets one of these.
Oh, Red Buggy's new, isn't she?
Relatively, yes. Red Buggy gets one of these. And, I'm missing one. Let me see.
Mom, check your notes here.
Oh, okay, yeah. The 7 through 10. Okay. Googly Eyes Yarn.
Yep.
Allison Roseboom, Anne Fran, and Red Buggy. Okay, they
You
each get...
did already go through 4 then.
Huh?
You did already say 4 then.
Yeah, I guess I must have. Okay. And Mission Girl wins one of these. Missions Girl, you win one of these. So please give us your address.
I think it says that it's machine washable, but I've been washing it by hand.
We've been washing it by hand in case the image fades. So Missions Girl, please contact us with your address so we can send this out to you.
Oh, Mom, FYI, I wrote my initials on the bottom, so you can't drink from mine.
I saw that. It's not like it's going to be a big deal.
Do not drink from mine. Your chai slobber all over it.
The 12th day winner of the mustache yarn in the Cow Pow colorway.
Cow Pow.
700 and a little over 750 yards, I think, of almost lace weights, like light fingering, goes to Sharby. Okay, Sharby, get us your address, and we will send this out to you. So these are the people who need to give us addresses for this, for the Pen, Hook, and Needles 12 Days of Christmas. Welcome to all, congratulations to all of you. I need to hear from Maria Wilhelmina, Yarnder Woman, Blondie in Nevada, Manda Jane, Pumpkin 97, Victorian Studio, Googly Eyes Yarn, Allison Roseboom, Anne Fran, Red Buggy, Missions Girl, and Sharby. You are all winners for the PHN 12 Days of Christmas. You each get a prize, and we'd like to send it out to you as soon as we get your addresses. It may take us a little while because we're going to be sending out a gazillion
Yes.
packages at once because we still have to.
And I'm about
to
to start my work stretch, and then after that is my birthday weekend. And
So give us just a little bit of leeway.
this month is a little busy between my work and weekends, and then every weekend that I'm off,
We have birthdays.
we have birthdays.
so okay.
it
now,
might take a little while.
It might take a little while. It will come, and that's why Allison, you especially need to give us an address where you're sure you're going to be able to pick it up. Say within
How
a
about give
month.
us 2 addresses?
Give us 2 addresses, or someone who will forward it to you.
Yeah, because if we end up being a little later,
Mhm.
we might want to send it to your new address.
We want to make sure you get it. So,
Yes.
okay. Now, the toy along is also
Sorry,
over,
guys.
and we also have the prizes for that. Let's see here. The first winner that Talia pulled for this was for the.
We had 300 entries, over 300 entries,
That was so-
guys.
that's
not
images.
That's not counting chatter.
That's the images. I think we had over 1,000.
We had
posts.
over 1,000 posts. It was like 1,000, no, like 1,100, something like that. It was crazy.
Now we do have a couple that are going to be doubled with the other one, so listen
Yes.
for your name. This is for the Marigold Jen yarn. Is this the Marigold Jen? Yes, this is the Marigold Jen yarn in the firecracker.
This was an awesome donation
The
from
fire. This is awesome yarn, Marigold Jen. Sock weight yarn in the Firestarter colorway, and this goes to CC Knits, post number 135. CC Knits.
Yeah, the reason why we're telling you the post so you can see which toy of yours won.
Yes, CC Knits. Please contact me with your address. I need the addresses because Talia's going to be going on a work stretch pretty soon, so I need your address.
Yeah, I'm pretty bad about keeping up a Ravelry anyway, and when I start a work stretch, I'm absolutely terrible because it's 2 on, 1 off, 2 on.
Okay. So CC Knits, you won the Marigold Jen. All right, congratulations. The donation by Karen Fay. Oh, this is nice yarn too. All of these prizes are awesome. This is from.
I'm going to step out of frame for a second.
This is Verdant Griffin yarn in the Bugabase in the Blue Mormon colorway, and this goes to Blondie in Nevada. Blondie, you are a double winner, so Blondie, Nevada. So please give me your address. I will send this and your PHN prize in the same package. Okay. So congratulations to you for winning. And your post was $5.99. Maria Wilhelmina donated the skein of Mama Llama yarn, which is 350 yards of perfect sock yarn.
She probably was like, I won something?
This goes to TMB 99. Teresa with all her toys.
Oh, yay, Teresa.
So Teresa, I need your address. This is.
That would actually probably make a pretty toy.
It would make a pretty toy with all the toys she makes. Teresa, this is yours. Please get me your address as soon as you see this, and we will send it out to you as soon as we get the chance to get everything packaged up into the post office. Our Kmart closed down, so I don't know where we're going to get our envelopes. So give us a little bit of leeway, please.
And I'm going to apologize also. I might step out in and out of frame a couple times. My allergies are really acting up right now.
Okay. Now this one is from Bella Socks, her donation, which is 2 skeins of Malabrigo lace weight in the vermilion colorway. It's a red. It's over 900 yards total. So this is. Oops, it's kind of coming apart here. This goes to Oki Lynn, and that's for post number 115. So Oki Lynn, please contact me with your address so I can get this out to you.
So, and what's the weight, did you say?
This is lace weight in the vermilion colorway.
You're lucky that's lace weight. Otherwise, I would like snatch it out from you. But I
Well,
don't like even using fingering weight.
Yeah, this is lace weight.
Yeah, that's definitely lace weight.
I had to.
But it looks like it's fuzzy.
And well, it's the tie.
Oh.
I had to hide the Verdant Griffin that Karen Fay gave us because if I saw it was going to go bye-bye.
That was her colors.
Yeah. Okay. The next one. Oh. Okay. These are for these next 3 winners. George's patterns. And
Our very own George.
Our very own George. Well, he will send you a coupon code. So listen for your name and then look out for your coupon code. Okay. The 3 patterns go to the first pattern is for Chipmunk Baby. Chipmunk Baby, post 469. You will have your choice of one of George's patterns. He will send you a coupon code. Congratulations. Victorian Studios, who is Maureen, another double winner. Victorian Studios, post number 375. You also get one of George's patterns, and he will send you the coupon code. And if I'm mistaken, George will let me know. But you will receive a coupon code to get whatever pattern you want from his shop. Okay. And the third person who won one of George's lovely patterns is My I Destiny, post number 482. So Chipmunk Baby, Victorian Studio, and My Destiny.
My
I
Destiny.
Destiny. Look out for, keep an eye open for the code from George for one of his patterns, and his patterns are amazing. Okay? So that's those three. We have a couple more prizes here.
Oh, we have another double winner.
I said that already.
Yeah. No, I mean another double winner.
Yes. This one is Missions Girl. Missions Girl, you get our No Makers fingering weight yarn. This is in the
To Be Jolly, right?
To Be Jolly colorway in the sparkled gnome base, and this is No Makers. So I need your address so we can send out your package. Okay. Congratulations on winning
Yes,
double.
yes.
And I do want to explain that normally we don't allow double winners, but because they were two different
Yes. There were two different
drawings, we allowed the double winners. If they had been in the same drawing, we wouldn't have allowed double winners. Okay. Now, the Ploverbird Small Project Bag goes to R. Peterson, post number 154. That's Robin, I believe. R. Peterson, and she
Yeah,
had
I think she is Robin.
she had some really nice toys. So, Robin, you get this.
I'd help you, Mom, but I've been...
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
So, R. Peterson, address to me, please, as soon as you can, as soon as you learn that you won, so we can get this out to you as soon as we can. Let's see here now. Oh, and the last donation you need to get to me it's an anonymous donation of one pattern, one Ravelry downloadable pattern of $10 or less of the winner's choice. You need to contact me with the pattern that you chose. I will contact the donor, and that person will gift it to you. Okay, so Maggie Lynn, you are the winner of this downloadable pattern of $10 or less. One Ravelry downloadable pattern of $10 or less.
It does not have to be a 10 hours less
Yes.
pattern, but if you wish it to be, you can.
Just tell me what it is you want, and I will get that request off to the person who donated the pattern. Who she wanted to remain anonymous, so we will honor that request. Yes.
Anonymous.
So we want to thank all of you for participating. You guys made it awesome. It was amazing. We want to thank our donors, who are Marigold Jen, Karen Fay, Maria Wilhelmina, Bella Socks, 10 hours or less.
That's...
And our anonymous donor. So we want to thank all of you for the lovely donations that you gave us. As we have said many times before, you allow us to give some fantastic prizes to you who are fantastic viewers. So thank you very much for participating. I will hand this over now to Talia for the sweater along.
Oh, hold on. Talia is very distracted by yarn.
All right, I will just say then that the sweater along prizes are in the process of being developed. We have heard from one person.
We're just trying to work out the details.
But we're working out the details with that, and we will let you know about the prizes as we determine what they are. Okay.
So the sweater along is... This is going to be a little disjointed because my yarn decided that it would be very fun to get tangled.
I have this written down if you want me to go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. This is Talia's baby, but I will tell you some of the facts as I know them. We are co-hosting this sweater along. Oh, before we go into the sweater along, I do want to thank the Bakery Bears.
Yes, for all their
for doing this with us. Kay
it was fun.
Kay and Dan. It was awesome to do it with them. They are amazing, and we enjoyed doing this toy along with them very, very much. It was a pleasure. Thank you, Kay and Dan. Thank you very much.
Indeed.
Okay. Now the sweater along 2015. Is this our second or our third?
This is our second,
Our second.
because the first one we did last year with Kathy. We've never done it without Kathy.
Okay. Excuse me.
Because the year before...
That was when we started it.
Right, because she was calling me her sweater enabler.
Yeah.
And that was when I invited her to join us for the sweater along.
Well, we are co-hosting our second annual sweater along 2015.
We're doing
Kathy
with Kathy again.
With Kathy, who is Cat B913 of the Knit Nerd podcast. If you are not part of her podcast, you ought to check her out and join her group. We will be double dipping between us. Her rules will be slightly different from ours. We are allowing previously started. So Tilly Trout, who had asked a question on her podcast, her last podcast, if she could do a previously started sweater. Yes, you can, Tilly.
As
Scarves, etc.
As Scarves, etc. and Nicole said. So basically, this is finish the sweater you started from the last sweater long.
Which is what Kathy is doing, I think.
Yeah.
But she is starting a new one too.
Yes. I have 2 sweaters on the needle, so I can't start another one.
Kathy has 2 on the needles.
Yes, and last year I had like 4 or 5 on the needles.
Kathy
I
has
have a
2
lot
on the
more on
needles.
my plate this time.
And anyway, at any rate, are you ready to take over with this now?
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't write down any of my rules. I'm just gonna wing it. Basically, the sweater long rules are for us. We're co-hosting with Kathy. Kathy's rules are slightly different.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be a member of
Whichever
either our group. Well, if
whichever
you're gonna
group you're going to
whichever group you're going to post in for prizes, you need to be a member of. If you're going to post for prizes in both groups, that's great. Just make sure you're following each group's rules.
Mm-hmm.
Because they are slightly different, and make sure you're a member of the group that you're posting in.
Right, because Kathy doesn't allow but more than 1 baby sweater, and we do not allow animal sweaters or dolly sweaters. Baby sweaters, yes.
People
but
sweaters.
People sweaters. And that's not because we don't like animals, it's just we want people sweaters. Okay? Things that can enable us because we don't have any pets.
Yes.
Okay? We're being selfish.
Yes.
Yes.
So, as you're saying, it doesn't matter when it got started. It doesn't even matter if you finish it during the sweater long. The whole point is you're working on a sweater.
So, Miss Sampler Girl, Tanya Marie, get that sweater going. You said you wanted to do a sweater. I am challenging you. Get your sweater
And
going.
then I think Rose Bob has started one. She said
Yeah.
she was gonna.
She
her
has.
New Year's resolution was to start one to impress me.
She's already started.
So I'm duly impressed.
And
Rose.
also, the other person who started was with buttons.
Oh yes,
And
that's right.
I am so impressed with her because she was, as far as I remember, when she started, she didn't knit. So yay! And Tanya Marie, I have thrown out the gauntlet. Let's see the sweater. I want to see the sweater.
Do you throw out a gauntlet or do you throw
down
a
the gauntlet?
You're going to throw down a gauntlet.
Show me the sweater, Tanya Marie. Yes, I am throwing down the gauntlet.
I might need to get another cup of tea for this congestion.
But so anyway, we are allowing 1 whip.
You see how she just takes over?
Well, you're nannering.
Anyway,
Sorry if you have your best.
I can't take her anywhere. Do you see this? Do you see what I have to put up with? It's really sad. That was the funniest thing you've said all day.
I'm cute. Where do you think you get it from?
I'm cute.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna attempt to continue. For this sweater along, just like with all of our other cows, whips are allowed to be posted. Actually, this was the cow that started that for us.
Right.
A year ago.
Yeah.
This was the first cow we started whips being allowed.
And I actually like that a lot.
Yes. So whips are allowed. It's one whip picture of a project per week. So if you're working 5 projects, well, let's be a little bit more realistic. Last year I did have 5 sweaters going on at once, but let's pretend that most people are sane.
You're talking about knitters and crocheters.
So say you're working on 2 sweaters. That sounds a bit less insane. At once. And you work on both of those sweaters during the week. You could post 1 whip picture for each of those sweaters.
Per week.
Mm-hmm. But say you finish one of those sweaters, and my bangs look terrible.
Where's Denise when you need her?
I know. Seriously, Denise. Maybe she's the reason my bangs look terrible.
She's got her Kit Kats. That's what it is.
We have Kit Kats. When
do.
I get up to get my tea, I'm going to get some Kit Kats.
Denise, we love you.
I'm going to need another cup of tea.
You're going to need a cup of Kit Kat? We love you, Denise.
Yes.
And apparently we gave Tanya Marie chocolate cravings.
Ooh.
She wanted, I think she said Twix. She didn't say Kit Kat.
Well, I'll probably end up craving cheese as soon as I eat chocolate, because that's what usually happens.
Mm-hmm.
So, I was saying, so if you finish one of those sweaters and you already posted a whip picture, that's fine. You can also post a finished object picture within the same week.
Because you can post your finished object whenever it is you finish it, regardless if you post a whip for it.
Yes.
Because that's finished object.
And I'm going to put us on pause long enough to get another cup of tea. This cup is really awesome, but it's a little smaller than my normal cup of tea. So I gulp down my tea, and then I'm like, I need more tea. So we're going to get our Kit Kats, grab a cup of tea, and be back. Oh, hey guys, we're back.
Where were you now?
Got my tea steeping in my Ingenuity tea steeper.
Was that, who was it that had one of those? Was it Blondie in Nevada?
I think it might have been. I can't remember.
Her
I do
son-
remember the conversation.
Her son got it for her and actually made her first cup of tea in it.
I
Some
thought,
kind of ginger tea.
yeah.
I think it was Blondie in Nevada.
I can't remember because
She gave
I remember reading it.
And the nice little New Year's with the peanuts thing.
Yeah, I remember reading it, but I think that was Blondie, Nevada,
That's what I thought.
because she said she needed to go back and watch all the other ones.
yeah. It's very sweet.
I've read everyone's messages for the most part. I just haven't really responded to them. And you can blame Great Courses for that.
I'm all caught up. Yay.
Well, you're just a good little girl.
Well, no, it took me all day today to get caught up. And my messages have creeped up again. I was pretty well caught up, but I've got a lot on there that I haven't. If you have written me in the last couple of weeks, I was caught up. I'm a little behind again. I will get to you, I promise. You know I will. It may be a little while, but I will.
And I'm notoriously bad at keeping up. Anyone who's ever attempted to write letters to me knows this.
She didn't even write me from college.
I wrote one letter.
Only because your whatever she was sat on you.
I called her every day, though. This is something that she conveniently does not remember to
I had to
mention.
give her an option. She would remain in contact with her mother. She was a rotten child.
I was.
Go to the college and, bye, Mom. Bye, Dad. Really mean, cruel person.
You see, even now that it's 10 years later, she still holds.
I do.
That was 10 years since freshman
See how
year.
it scarred me? See? Labor and delivery with this person, and that's how she treats me.
Poor Gracie.
What were we saying about the sweater?
We did just come back from a break. I had to make another cup of tea, and I got some Claritin, so hopefully we'll see the allergy symptoms easing up a bit.
Yeah. It's been a really bad, very strange season for allergies.
And I know it's not just us.
Mm-mm.
Been watching other podcasters, they all seem to be suffering from allergies.
Poor Nikki seems like she's really been having a rough time with it. Nikki is from Nicolo's World podcast.
Yes.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
that's my tea. Tea's all done steeping. I have Billy Joel telling me when my tea's done.
Yes, and you need to either focus or let me get going on something else.
I think we're done with the sweater along.
Okay.
Um,
We have seen a couple of starts in the sweaters, and a couple of people saying they will be doing sweaters. So that's exciting. I look forward to being enabled by those of you who might crochet a sweater and even knit. If it's easy enough, I might try. But right now, I'm just crocheting.
there's no just.
No, there's no just. But what I mean by just is not that one is better than the other, but that I'm not doing both.
Okay.
In other words, I'm doing justice only.
Okay. Because there is a fine.
Yes, but I don't feel that.
Ah.
I have embraced the fact that I am a crocheter primarily, and I am proud of it. So, how many whips?
Sorry for the sound of tea being stirred. Think of it as music.
How many projects do you
I
have?
have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
You go first.
6.
Yeah, you go first.
How many do you have?
3.
Okay. Hold on.
Means you have to do doubles on mine. That is annoying.
I'm sorry, I can't help. I'm not gonna let my sugar just sit there.
Very annoying.
Trace annoying?
Trey's annoying.
Does that really mean that very?
Yes.
Okay, how's it spelled?
T-R-E-S.
So it really is, because I thought that was what 3 was.
Tres. So one is French and one is Spanish.
Oh, okay.
And that,
Okay, that should be stirred enough. I like my sugar really stirred in.
And I apologize for the phone.
Should I pause?
Pause it for a second. So
Hold
we know
on
who it
1
is.
second.
Sorry about
Sorry,
that.
that
was
was
my mom.
With the awesome timing that
My parents.
they always have. They always call as soon as you turn on a movie. No, they call it the climax of the movie.
They are very good at that. They have and I tease them about it because they have perfect timing.
Oh man, it's like they know. It's like they get a message. Call now.
It's funny.
But
But anyway, go. You're first.
so, ooh, Kit Kats.
No, start your projects first.
You see how mean she is?
You are distracted.
And, so, I think I discussed the fact that I want to start a new toy design, other than the one that's in testing right now. This is the new toy design. I made leaps and bounds in it. I started working on it Friday. The sketch has been done for a while. And so, it's gone from sketch to reality, and it's in the works. It's probably, about halfway finished, a little less. It's been what I've been wanting to work on, so it's been getting a lot of love at night.
It's cute.
So, it's in here. It is a he. That's the only hint I'm going to give you.
Not much of a hint.
I almost posted on Instagram like a close-up picture, so close-up that you couldn't tell what it was, but I didn't like the way it looked, so I didn't post it. I almost gave you guys a teaser, but this is your teaser.
She's a stinker.
It's a little different in construction than some of them, so I'm hoping that you'll enjoy. I think that each one has had a little bit of difference in the construction as I've gone along.
The birds, the cats, and the
Other.
Although,
you guys all know about the bunny.
Yes, the bunny.
There's been different constructions for all of them that are just slightly different, and this has another different construction. So, I can't wait to share this one with you when time comes. It'll be very interesting to see if this one starts going out for testing when Oops is released. My goal, I didn't write in the group my goals, and I'm probably going to transfer my goals from the designer group and put it in our group. That's part of what's been making it hard for me to keep up in PHN as much as I want, because I'm also doing a little bit in a designer group, and I have, not a lot, not nearly as much as I'm in PHN, and I'm involved in a superhero versus villain swap, and I'll talk to you guys more about that later. But I put my goals for 2014 as a designer in the designer group, and I'll try to transfer them over to PHN's goals.
I had to laugh. I was trying to figure out how why George mentioned, our very own George, mentioned that he encouraged me with my designing, which I really appreciate. I'm like, did I mention designing? I did mention designing.
Was it in your goals?
It was in my goals, but I also was talking about it a little bit. And George, by the way, thank you for the encouragement. It's much appreciated, especially since I can't seem to motivate myself to do much of anything right now. So I appreciated that. Thank you very much.
Having curls are like popping out wherever the heck they want to.
That's what curls do.
It's obnoxious. Okay.
Oh, really? They may just go away and straighten on you, and then you won't have to worry about it. You'll be boo-hoo-hooing because you don't have any of the curls.
They won't go away. They'll just be obnoxious because that's what they like to do. Call them Walker curls.
I could call them something else, but...
Yes. Anyway. Focus. I am having difficulty focusing right now.
Prizes and lack of focus.
So yes, I'll be trying to move some of my designer goals, but what got me into that was I'm going to be trying to release as best I can. Maybe a new pattern each month. That's a bit...
Wouldn't it be better to do it every 2 months so that your testers have some time?
Well, that's a wide goal. I don't think I'll actually release one every month, but I'd like to be working on a new one each month.
Right.
I don't mean
like
have one in the works. I'd like, because actually this past year,
you did a lot this past year.
I did a lot this past year. I had 6 patterns released in 6 months.
That's a lot.
Now granted, some of them were not tested, but
2 of them weren't tested, I think.
No, Bastion wasn't tested. Iris wasn't tested, and Kobe wasn't tested.
Well, Kobe was pretty much with Selena, though.
Well, so was Iris with Barrett.
Yeah,
but
that's why I said 2: the Duke and
Bastion.
Bastion.
But, so, I know that I probably won't get 12 patterns out this coming year, but that's the high goal.
Something to shoot for.
Yeah.
High goals.
Their suggestion for the goals for the designer group was shoot high, and then, if you fall short,
who cares?
Exactly. Okay, so that was a really long tangent off of
the first project.
The second one is the other one I can't show. And it's not in that bag. It's in this bag. This is a Baby Oops. But you don't get to see Baby Oops because Baby Oops is still in testing.
Yep. So you only get to see finished Baby Oops.
Yeah, you don't get to see in pieces Baby Oops.
Yeah.
So,
and
Baby Oops' name is Argent.
Which is why you didn't want any project pictures posted until the 19th.
Yeah, and I'm sorry.
Sorry for the confusion that might have occurred.
Yes. But I have had several finished projects from testers, which I appreciate. I am so happy to see that people are enjoying the patterns. Thank you for your suggestions
The one
and
that
comments.
I saw was really cute. The one that was sent to you today was very cute. I get to see them because I know what it is already.
Yes, exactly. So, that's the two patterns that are in the works, in testing, and all that.
Okay, I am working on my What is in a Square blanket. That's my first width. Let me just make sure I don't lose this stitch here. And I worked on it a fair amount. I think I did maybe 3 different colors. I might have to go around here.
Yeah. I think I can touch
so
it.
You
not
can
be an issue there.
You can see it's getting really big.
Yeah, hers grows. Mine stays in the same spot, and I
don't know. Can you see the color? It's hard for me to tell.
And I can't see.
Yeah, the color looks pretty good. So I'm still working with placement of color and stuff, but I'm enjoying this. This is what I want to do when I don't feel like doing anything else. And it's nice and warm. I'm cold in here right now, so I've been covering up with it. It's a nice Afghan size right now for one person. And I'm having fun with it. It's a pattern. It's a log cabin pattern, but it's my own pattern. I'm not following anybody else's pattern. And I'm using whatever worsted or held together yarn that I have. I can find, that I can find, and using an I hook. So, yeah, that's what I'm doing here. Oh, it's in my Vera Bradley bag, but I'm not going to take off the floor so I'll knock everything over. So, go ahead. Oh, well, of course.
No, I thought you had more to talk about.
Well, no, it's just my,
Boom. Okay, here you go. Well, the one I wanted to show last week, but because I had left it in my purse, I wasn't able to show it. In my Birds on a Wire Ploverbird bag, is, I need to write down that I talked about Nikki earlier.
Nicolo's World.
Yeah.
Thank you for the people, Brittany and a couple other people who mentioned that they liked the lighting, that it was better. Your feedback is really important to us because if you don't tell us when the lighting's working or not working, we don't know necessarily.
Yeah.
So we really appreciate the fact.
I do think that the 2 lights help a lot.
The 2 lights help a lot. I must have just been hot yesterday because this light's not bothering me now. I'm actually chilly. So, but anyway, thank you very much.
I'm always chilly. Okay. So this is Thor, which is Diane's hat pattern by Joanna Johnson, and it's in the Thunder colorway, and it is Cascade 220 paints.
Heritage paints.
Heritage paints. It got some love. It usually gets love if I'm going shopping or if I'm at work. Work's been too busy for a real good break to knit, so I haven't gotten a whole lot there. I think I worked on it a little bit the one night I was in ICU. Instead of on the floor on MSU. On MSU, I tend to have 6 pages versus 3.
MSU is what now?
Oh, the med-surg unit and ICU, intensive care unit. I don't usually float back to intensive care because I don't have much of an intensive care background, but they needed help, and I do have some critical care background.
That's showing up nice.
So there is the hat. See if you can see some of the blues. You can see, yeah, actually you can see some of them. Some blue.
It's very pretty.
There we go.
Very
so, nice. I think I have a couple more of these little switch between the purl and knits, and then I'll get to the main hat of just knit, knit, knit. So this project tends to be a bit of a sleeper project. I have it there for when I need something on the go. I've worked it often enough that it's a pattern that I've close to memorized. So it's just good to have in the purse. It doesn't work up very quickly. But
You have one more to do. 'Cause you have 6, right?
yes. Okay, I did those 2. Okay. So, in the autism awareness bag that was made for us by Knitting's My Bag is the baby cardinal, Baby Berry, which his name is Chris.
It's a big bag for baby cardinal.
Well, because I have all the yarn in there. For those of you who have already bought the cardinal patterns, I recently put out an edit. When I was working in this pattern, I edited it so it was a little easier to read. Some of the edits that were put into effect for my pattern writing when I was doing the Selena and Akovi patterns, I finally applied to the Berry pattern just to make the color work a little easier to read.
But it doesn't change anything.
No, it doesn't change. The pattern itself is the same. It's just a bit of an easier to read writing style. Not as confusing, I think. So, there he is. I'm almost done with the head.
It's looking cute.
So, once I get on to the body, everything else for Berry works up pretty quickly. Just because there's no color work after the head.
Right.
Once you get past the color work, he really speeds along. And there's there's not a lot of shaping after the head either. So, yeah, there he is. He's supposed to go in my box for donation or for
Whatever, yeah.
He's not for me to keep.
And he's very hurt. He's weeping cardinal tears.
He'll get over it.
Okay, my next one is it's in my, Christmas.
Oh, also, while she's looking for her proper bag, those of you who are in the EU, or I don't think it applies to people in the UK, but if you're in the EU,
It might, but we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. On January 1st, Ravelry let designers know that there's a tax for things bought by people in the EU online. And it doesn't matter where...
By EU, you mean the European Union?
Yeah. It doesn't matter where the seller lives. It only matters where the buyer lives. So there's a new tax, and it's called the VAP tax, I believe. And it's different for each country in the EU. Apparently, Netherlands has a higher VAP tax in some places.
I think it's a VAT tax, value-added tax.
It might be value-added. I'm not sure.
I might be mistaken, but I think that's what it is.
I can't remember.
Whatever it is.
Regardless of the tax, it's worse for some countries than in others. And Ravelry does not have the ability to cover us for that tax. So we have to go through another site. I believe it's called, it's another site. I can't remember the name of it right now.
Will they be directed to it?
They'll be directed to it.
Okay.
And the patterns will be uploaded to that site.
The reason she's saying about that is because it's taking a while to upload the pattern.
Yes, everyone who has a pattern on Ravelry is sending their pattern to this place. As a result, there's a backlog. So people in the EU who might be interested in buying my patterns, you won't be able to right now.
Could they get them off Craftsy, perhaps?
You should be able to get them off Craftsy. I have not seen anything on Craftsy about needing to do something similar. So as far as I know, Craftsy covers us.
At this point.
At this point. They have not sent me any messages.
If you want her patterns, all she's asking is that you be patient until they get it uploaded.
Yes.
Because they will be available. It's just
I'm just waiting approval. And it's not anything like they're not going to approve my pattern. It's more that they have such a backlog of everyone who's ever had a pattern.
Because there are so many patterns on Ravelry.
Oh my gosh.
As you well know. So yeah.
They're probably getting thousands of requests a minute even.
So that's a good, I'm glad you remembered that. Okay.
So that's just a heads up.
Okay, my next pattern is my Christmas stocking project, which I worked on a little bit today. I hadn't worked on at all the last week, but I worked on it today. I did about 4 rows of color on it. And I like this pattern.
It's really pretty.
It's fun. I haven't gotten to the heel yet, but it's fun. And you can, I don't know if you can tell that it's grown a little bit.
I think it's grown quite a bit.
About 4, I'm in the middle of the red right now, so you can see it's kind of longer in the front, in the back or front or whatever that is. But I really like this pattern. It's easy to follow, at least at this point. I haven't gotten to the heel gusset or anything like that, but I'm assuming it's a gusset. But I'm truly enjoying making this. I didn't think I would. I tried the stocking once before, and I think it was a toe up, and I didn't like it. I like this.
Well, that's how when I did do socks, that's how I preferred to make socks, is from the top down.
Yeah. Well, I'm enjoying this. I'm using Bravo worsted in cream, red, and green. Forest green, I think it's cherry red and cream or something like that. And I'm using an H hook. And I'm enjoying it. I'm doing it as I can. There's no rush on it because it isn't needed until next Christmas. But I would like to go ahead and finish it maybe within the month of January, and just so I have it done. And it is living in my plover bag, my Plover Bird black sheep bag. See the little black sheepies with the white sheeps? White sheepies. So I'm enjoying it, having fun with it, and that is that.
So, next for me, how many do you have?
One more.
Well, then I'm going to do one, and then you do one, and then I'll do my last one, because, yes, well, I'm going to just blather for a second. This is my scrap log cabin blanket. You've seen this week after week. It has gotten quite a bit of love. I was put on call on the
New Year's Eve.
on New Year's Eve, so
that was awesome.
it was awesome. I was supposed to bring the non-alcoholic wine. Apparently, not everyone calls it non-alcoholic wine. Apparently, some people just call it sparkling cider.
But
in our house,
cider.
we've called
That's
it
not cider,
in our house we call it non-alcoholic wine.
But a lot of people some people might call it sparkling grape juice.
Yeah.
But,
but I was supposed to bring that, and I was put on call, so I headed right home, and they're like, "Are you still bringing in the sparkling cider?" So, I only lived 7 minutes from work. Went in, dropped off the non-alcoholic wine, headed back home.
And stayed home.
Which is awesome. It was a close thing. All they needed was one admission. I would have had to come in. But, that being said, I got quite a bit of work on this blanket because I didn't want to work on anything that was a complex pattern during that point in time. Just didn't want to have to pick up and go. I wanted something I could stop easily, and this blanket is it. So I think that let's see, last time we podcast...
You had a lot of work done on it.
Yes, I did. That's why I'm trying to remember what color I was on. I think I was on this red. No, I might not have even been on the red. No, I was on the red.
You did, what, 2 rows?
I think I was barely on the red last time. So I finished the red.
2.5 logs?
I finished the purple, and I started the blue.
Cool.
So I'm almost done with this particular row, so I'm trying to rush through it. So that was, since we last talked, I finished 1.5 logs.
Almost 2. When you think about it.
Yeah. And I'm probably almost done with this log here. This yarn I'm currently using is from my blue sweater. And I'm doing a mixture of acrylic and nice yarns. Just because...
Nice yarns? Are you a yarn snob?
Well, yarns that are where people actually dye it. It's real fiber. Real... It's not man-made.
Natural yarn.
Natural, thank you.
Nice yarns. Embrace the A, as Nicole said. I mean, hot as knitter.
Oh, you're going to make that name now.
She'll be so surprised. We haven't, mentioned her in a while. There we go.
So, almost there. I have 4 stitches. There we go. 2 stitches. 1 stitch. So, I think I have successfully stalled. I'll have to stick this extra yarn in on the other side to weave in because I didn't have a lot of that particular skein left over, but you see, I'd used this yarn for 2 different projects. I used it for my sweater, and then I used another skein for a hat that I had sent on to, who did the hat drive? Was that Brittany? Or
It depends which one you did. I did one for Caffeinated Gert, and then there was Brittany's.
I did Brittany's. So, that's why there's 2 skeins in here. One was from the sweater, and one was from the hat. But
You mean 2 logs?
no, it's the same log.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
It's the same log because it's the same color.
Okay.
It's just that
Oh, you knotted it. I see. Yeah.
I knotted. I'll be weaving it in the back.
Right.
I'll just stick it through the other side. But it's ruining the prettiness of my
Front.
There we go. I'll just pull it. Come here. Stop that.
This would be nice tie up.
It's not growing nearly as fast as Mom's.
Well, it's a different kind of stitch.
There.
There.
And I don't think I work on it as much as she does.
I only work on it when I do the TV show. The half-hour.
I don't always work on it when we watch TV, though. Sometimes I'm working on a toy.
Neither do I. Sometimes I just watch television because I'm tired.
So,
Mine just works out faster because the stitches are bigger.
and here's the purple.
That's nice.
Yeah, you didn't see the purple at all. This is from those mitts. Hold on. I have a sneeze. No, I don't. I might have to get off camera and use a tissue and remove it. This
That's
is
a
the
really
purple
pretty
from
color.
my mitts. This was the fairy tale colorway, I believe.
From what dyer?
It's Matosh.
Oh, okay. All right. Mm-hmm.
I actually had fallen in love with this purple. I wanted to put this purple, when I picked up the yarn originally, I wanted to do this purple and this red together in fingerless mitts. I never ended up doing that. But I wanted these 2 to be together in a project. They are, but not in the project I anticipated.
Right next to each other.
So, I'm going to step off camera because I'm done showing you this project, and Mom can talk about her next one.
All right. My next project is my sweater. It's living in my new Plover Bird tea time bag, which I really love. This bag is enormous. It's probably my biggest sweater bag, even counting Lois's Sea Turtle and Plover Bird's chai tea bag. This is huge. I made some progress. This is the collar. My hook fell out again.
Again?
It's in here somewhere. That's my G hook. I need my F hook. But anyway, I know what hook I'm using. I'll find it in a little bit. But the construction's kind of interesting. Here is the buttonhole. Okay.
I think it's cool that you're doing buttonholes as you go.
Well, this is the collar, which is interesting because I don't think I'd be giving anything away to say I have to continue to work this collar. Look how the yarn is working up. I really love it. It's Ocean Drift colorway.
It's such a lovely yarn.
But the color, when I do this collar, I do it a little bit further, and then I'm going to fold it down like this. I have to make another buttonhole yet, so I guess it's going to have the buttonhole over the buttonhole, because this collar has the ability to stand up like a mandarin collar and button that way, or fold down. And I guess folding it over will give it that extra thickness to make it stiffer. And so I got gauge with one hook size lower than what they asked, smaller than what they asked for. And it looks like it'll be fine. You know, because I don't like anything real tight like against my neck. So if it closes up, it'll close up here. It's a little bit, it's a little bit loose, but I don't like it tight. And then it'll fold over and open like that. And I'm having a lot of fun with this. It's a stitch I hadn't done before. And there's my marker, my matching little teapot marker to mark my right side. I have to pay attention because although the yarn is light, it's a little bit fuzzy. And if I'm not careful, I'll miss the stitch. But in a second here. So I'm enjoying this immensely. I am using a G and an F hook instead of an H. An F hook instead of an H and a G hook because my gauge is off. I did want, well, as soon as you're done with your project, I will say what I was going to say. Kit Kat! Kit Kat! So, yeah, I'm enjoying this a lot. Oh, the yarn is Plymouth Yarn Encore Color Spun Worsted in the Ocean Drift colorway, hence the name of my sweater.
Sorry guys, I'm going to have to drink more tea and stuff too. This isn't clearing up. I'm wondering if it's not allergies.
Might be a cold.
Yeah. Because flu has been running rampant in this area right now.
Mm-hmm.
And as yet, I think I'm one of the few people who hasn't had it at work.
In fact, our pastor, our associate pastor, has been sick with it. So, yeah.
Well, we're assuming that's what he has.
Well, he's been sick.
Yeah, he's been sick.
So, and he's been at the hospital. So, not for his illness, but to do what
help
priests do.
Yeah.
At the hospital. So, are you gonna be able to talk, or do you want me to talk?
Yeah, I'll be able to talk. I apologize, guys. This is not normal for me.
Well, while you're drinking, I want to say some of the podcasters, Turbo Knitter and Tilly Trout and a few other people have been mentioning other alongs, and they have mentioned our sweater along. I want to thank both Tilly Trout and Turbo Knitter for mentioning us, both the sweater along and the podcast. As I did mention to Tilly Trout, yes, you can use previously started sweaters. I do want to thank Turbo Knitter for the lovely shout out for the sweater along. He plugged it pretty nicely for us.
Oh yeah, I'm behind on it.
And so did Tilly Trout. So and Denise did as well. So thank you very much. Now are you ready to speak?
Well, let me write Kenneth's name. I already had Denise down. Let me write Tilly.
Denise is getting used to seeing her name down there.
There we go.
Okay.
So, my final project I'm going to talk about is for the sweater along. I've kind of, unlike previous years, I am working basically on one sweater at a time, even though I have two on the needles. This is the Fisherman's Cardigan, which is a Sarah pattern by Jennifer Hagen.
Which is gorgeous.
I'm making it for me. I'm using Baroque Comfort Chunky in the Barley colorway. This could be a bit splitty. As you can see, if you have an end that needs to be woven in later, it will unravel.
Mm-hmm. Not very tightly plied?
No.
It looks almost like rope. I mean, it doesn't feel like it, but it looks almost like rope.
So, let me just unclip that. Alrighty. So, even though you probably can't tell, quite a bit of work was done on it. A few rows. Which doesn't sound like a lot of work, but when you have 3 charts per row, it's a lot of work.
Now, how many rows does it take to complete a cable for that?
Well, it depends on what you call completing a cable, because you have...
Well, the cross. To complete the cross.
This cable is tight, so it takes less rows to complete this cable. This cable's a little looser, so it's going to take more rows. And then this one, I mean, you have crossing all over the place.
Yeah.
So, I can't really answer that question appropriately. I'll be working this chart just straight for 15.5 rows. I think I'm probably close to 8 rows. I mean, for 15.5 inches, I'm probably close to 8 inches right now. I'm sorry. So that's this here is a detail on the spine. Then you have then you have the cables that'll be wrapping around to the front on each side. And this will be attached with a zipper when it gets closed. It's almost a shame that it's not going to have a button band.
I wish it did.
But adding one would make it too loose. So
you almost had to make it maybe half a size smaller.
I didn't feel like messing with it in that way. But it would have been really pretty with some wooden buttons.
Can you just do the buttons like a faux button over the zipper? You know.
No, Mom, because you still had to widen it to do the button band. It would it would be too big.
Yeah.
No, and I no.
Cause I've seen ones where they like would button a little over and.
Oh, but you don't want to do that with this because there's cables.
Right. Well, it can go all the way around the. How close is it on the side? Oh, I see.
It's very close.
Yeah.
It wouldn't
I
work.
couldn't do that, yeah.
I'd hide some of my work.
You'd have to have plain
Yeah.
section there. Okay.
So, no, that, it wouldn't work.
Okay. All right.
Because part of what makes it so pretty with the button band is all the cables.
Okay.
But with the zipper, it'll still be pretty because it'll just show off the cables more. It'll look more like a pullover, which is, I think, what the look she was trying to go for.
Okay, so do you have any more? No. Okay, do you have any FOs?
No.
Okay, I do have one FO. Let me just stop this stitch here. And I think I'm going to take off this brace so it doesn't catch on it. And for those of you who are wondering, it's nothing serious. I think I was just crocheting too long and my thumb was starting to bother me. Living in my...
Ever since she had surgery on... This is the hand you had surgery on. Ever since she had surgery on this hand, it's just been a little weaker.
This is my Knit Is My bag. I love this bag. Denise, my owl bag with my Z-Dip bumper pill.
The bag's actually called a Kikiboo.
It's a Kikiboo bag. And my little owl Z-Dip bumper pill. I love this bag, Denise. Thank you, Ty. And this is my cranberry cowl from the Versatile V-Stitch Cowl to Wrap pattern. I really love this. I am finding, as other people did in the past, that it's a little smaller than they said it would be, and I can't get it over comfortably in my shoulders, but I like the way it falls as a cowl. So I could either make this again as a cowl or make it with a larger hook and make it so that it falls, it can be a cowl or a wrap. Let me show you here. Let's see here. So it falls really, really nicely. I can't really see. It falls really nicely as a cowl. I really like the color and stuff.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
And it's supposed to... I can't... It doesn't fit too badly on me.
It's... but when I tried it on for her to show, my shoulders are a bit broader than hers, so it doesn't work very well.
So you can see how it's very nice. I really like it. And Taya said it reminded her of Emily's MPG, Fiber Towns.
I now have on my queue.
And I really like this. Actually, it's not as tight as I thought it was. Mm-hmm. If I do this instead of, I think I did this with an H hook. Maybe I do it with an I hook, or
right, because the hook was supposed to be bigger for the yarn anyway.
Yeah, this yarn, she said an H hook for DK yarn. This is a worsted weight, so I probably should have used an I hook. So maybe it was my own fault. But and then I just really love the way this falls.
Well, even if you just do it like that, look how pretty that is.
Well, I just like a look. I'm kind of, there we go. But anyway, it really falls beautifully. I love this pattern, and I would make another one. I probably will make another one. It took almost a month, only because I had so many other projects that I was doing at the same time. I think I could probably do this in a week, maybe less. I did have trouble with it twisting, so I ended up starting it with a foundation single crochet or whatever. I think it was a foundation single crochet I started with. It's on my project page. The pattern is really pretty. I hate being so far away from the computer, but you can see the pattern. And it's a free pattern. It's just a lovely pattern, and I believe she has mitts to go with it that I may look into doing, so I can have the set. So if you're interested in it, it's called the Versatile V-Stitch Cowl to Wrap pattern by Kara Gunza. Gunza? G-U-N-Z-A. Love it. Absolutely.
So that brings us into royalties.
No, I have writer's block.
Oh, okay.
I have a writer's block. I decided I'm embracing my inner frog. Who was it that told me?
Now, did you actually put it down as a frog project?
I didn't, because I didn't actually say I had any progress on it. So it wasn't blocked.
You see, you're not embracing your inner frog if you're not...
Baby steps. Baby steps.
That's not embracing your inner frog.
Baby steps to embracing the little frogs. Baby steps, I take it off the hook. Baby steps, I unravel it. Baby steps. I have. The Lothlorien mitts.
It's not embracing the inner frog and giving it a little hug until you put frog on your project
page. The Club Snappy Band and Mitts pattern by Heidi Yates. It's a nice pattern. I don't know why I started. I started because I was itching to do something, and so I didn't really necessarily want to do it. and Tilly, embrace your inner frog. Tilly had been Tilly Trout had said that she's like me. She feels guilty if she embraces her frog.
Well, then what if you make the frog cry if you don't embrace it?
So Tilly Trout, I frogged, you can frog now.
I might have to make you a frog.
Baby steps, Tilly Trout.
I might have to make you a little frog that'll like cry when you don't embrace
I
it.
have a frog.
Well, you see, you made him cry.
Did not, in fact.
He's crying right now.
He's one of my first froggies.
He's crying right now.
No, he's not. He's smiling at me. But
Only
anyway,
because he's trying to hide his pain.
his tears. What is it? His tears.
The tears on his pillow bespeak the pain in his heart.
Okay. So yeah. Okay. So I did decide to go ahead and frog that. It is not on my page. I do have frogs on my pages. I have to just look for them. I just don't like to do it. All right. So what are we doing
You're
next?
not embracing it.
Did you have next on your needles?
Well, the only thing I was saying was MPG.
Okay.
And multiple design ideas.
I have some design ideas I haven't had a chance to sit down and think through. I just don't have the brain power for it. But I also have a mystery cow coming up for a toy.
Oh, well, yeah, and I have my superhero
versus
villain swap.
And I know there are a gazillion things that I would like to do that will show up. And there's one thing that you will see in my stash enhancements that I would like to do. Okay, so royalties.
Yes, the only royalty, well, I didn't remember to bring that, but I got some yarn to go with that next scrap blanket that I'm going to do, but I forgot to bring it with me, so I'm not going to show it. What I did want to show was that for my birthday / New Year's, my birthday has not occurred yet, but Heidi, I need to write down her name.
You're going to have to write it down anyway.
Had
and that's Knitty Girl 1?
Yeah.
Knitty Girl 1, Undead Yarn.
Yes.
Who's a sweetheart.
She gave me this sweater vest thing.
I think it's pretty.
It's gorgeous, but
I'm saying I like this the whole belt and the everything.
I'm going to show you guys. She gave it to me.
It's like it's cabled.
It is cabled. Which means I probably won't work it off the Kindle. Because it has a chart, and I don't usually like working charts off the Kindle.
Right.
I will have to print this pattern. Whereas my toys, I can easily work off the Kindle.
It's a gorgeous pattern, Heidi. That's a nice choice.
Yes, it is. And I think you use like size 10 or size 11 needles.
Oh, that should go fast.
I already have bulky yarn because my goal is this year not to get any more sweaters worth of yarn until after I work through some of what I have.
We're working on stash this year. So
unless it's toys. I'm
right.
allowed to pick up stuff for my designs because I will not let my designs be limited by what I happen to have.
Or if it's a gift or something.
Yeah. But I'm trying to limit what I get.
We want to be able to go guilt-free to Maryland in May.
That said, I went ahead and started the Yarn Box
That's what I want to do. I went to put it on my wish list and it's closed.
Really? Did I just get in under the wire? I didn't know they closed.
I told you they did. Remember I had to wait for 20 days? I think they close it after each month.
Oh.
So I'm going to look and see, 20 days and see if I can get back in. But
I'm looking forward to my Yarn Box arriving. It's supposed to go out on my birthday. So
not arrive, but go out.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to go out on my birthday. Maybe it's supposed to arrive. I'm not sure.
No, they said it would go out.
Okay, so it's going out on my birthday. And my hope is with the Yarn Box, I don't even necessarily care about the patterns, although that's cool. I'm more interested in the yarn because I want to discover different yarns to use for my designs.
And that's what I want to do as well. I just haven't done it. I kind of hemmed and hawed a little too long, so I missed this one. I'm hoping to get in on February's. But we'll see.
Sorry guys for sniffling. But yeah, that's everything for me.
Okay, I have some yarn, some enhancements as well. My birthday's in January as well, too. Not yet, but Heidi, Undead Yarn, Knitty Girl 1, very sweetly sent me as a New Year's / birthday gift this pattern. It's called the Farfalla Shawl, which I've had on my wish list for at least 6 months because I went about 6 months. I went to the Shenandoah Fire Festival and got yarn for it. I just didn't have a chance to get the pattern, and so Heidi got it for me. This is what it looks like. And I think it will be absolutely perfect for the yarn I got at the Fiber Festival. And the shorter version, Heidi, I might even have enough yarn with that cashmere you sent me a while back as a gift. So I'll have to see if I can use that. I don't know if I want to use the beads or not. I'm thinking about doing it without the beads, but
maybe just start without the beads just because you want.
I have been looking at this pattern for a very long time, Heidi. So this was a very nice choice for me. Thank you very much for that. My husband took me to our local, very sad note, our local yarn store looks like it's going to be closing
down. The closer
down.
of our two locals.
The closer one. Well, I think it might be the same distance. It's just that there's more for other people to do when we're in the yarn store, so it's more likely to go there.
Yeah.
The one that the Red Thread is still open in Warrenton. However, Never Enough Yarn in Winchester is going to be closing in March unless someone buys it. So they were having a sale for the new year and everything. And my husband said, well,
stickers.
that's okay. He said, go ahead and see if there's anything you want. They were pretty well picked over. But I found this yarn. They said it's a lace weight. I think it's probably more of a light fingering. This is Juniper Moon Farm Findlay Dappled. It's 50% merino wool and 50% silk. It was really soft. And it's 798 yards. Because I think the lighter lace you get, you'll get 1,000 or 1,200, something like this. It's a little heavier silk weight. This is the colorway, and I think it's gorgeous. It's not really my colors, but I saw it worked up, and it looks really pretty. And if I don't like the way it works up, I can give it as a gift to someone who does like the colors. This was 60% off. This yarn goes for something like over $30 a skein, and I think I got it. Well, the whole price tag with tax and 2 of those multi-purpose tools that I get was less than $20. So it was about $15, $16, $17, something like that for this yarn. So I was really pleased with that. And I told my husband, he was like, wow, that's a good deal. Now the other thing, I didn't have to pay anything but 80 cents because remember I showed you that Talia had given me a gift certificate to Miss Babs. My Miss Babs order came in. And it is the Berlin colorway, which I'd been waiting for several months. I missed it, and then when I had it, I didn't have enough left on my card to buy. Well, they had a sale, and so I was able to get 2 of the Berlin in the tart base, which is fingering weight, or sock weight, I forget which. And I was holding my breath because when I looked at the colors on the wrap pages, 2 were in the blues, and 1 was like a rust. I was like, oh gosh, please let it be the blues. And it looks like this one is going to be more of the blues. This is the Berlin colorway tart. And I've got a total of 1,000 yards because these are 500 yards a piece in fingering weight, 4-ply fingering weight. So, and I believe it's superwash merino. Yeah, superwash merino. It is wool 75% superwash merino wool, 15% nylon, and 10% tencel, which I guess gives it strength. So I'm really excited about having this. I saw one project. It was a shawl. It was knitted, but I was like, I want this. And I did see it crocheted up in another project in a different base, and it works up beautifully. So I'm excited about that. Thank you, Talia, for the yarn. And this is she gave me a
yeah, she always gives you a little mini skein.
Mini skein, and this one is Swatch Me 10-yard sample of Katadyn Blue-Faced Leicester. I've never used Blue-Faced Leicester. Oh, this must be a lace weight because it's 1,750 yards.
Yeah. Well, it says fingering.
It does say fingering. Oh, that's good yardage. Oh, I know what this is. This is one of her big ones, like her Yowza.
I didn't know she had a big one for
like,
fingering.
I think it's like $70 or something.
Oh, okay. Well, for that yardage, though.
That's a good yardage.
Yeah, for that yardage, that's an amazing.
It's an amazing price. So that's my stash enhancement. I was very good. I bought very little this time around. I just, 2 of them were gifts and 1 was a sale. I did pick up some patterns on Ravelry, I have to admit. We had a lot of sales and things like that, and a lot of free patterns. So, yeah.
On to autobiography. You got some writing done.
I did. I got almost a little over 1,000 words to the shared story and about 100 words to a free write that I'm not sure where it's going yet.
I've been doing great courses. I finished a class on forensic history, which is very fascinating. I'm currently doing a class with my dad. We bought the DVD, and so we're both watching it. Most of the time I do a download, but this one didn't have a video download. So we're both watching the DVD together. And it is Dutch Masters, the Rembrandt era. So for those of you who are art fans, we're doing that. And I, of course, have other great courses I watch. It's one of the reasons that I'm behind in everything else on the internet. Because it's something that's really nice to listen to and watch while you're knitting and crocheting. Reading Heritage Shannara,
Yes.
which has been very awesome.
Love it.
It's interesting reading it from an adult's perspective versus a kid's, because the last time I really read it, I was either a teenager or right out of college. And your perspective changes of the characters as you mature. And one of the characters, I hadn't realized quite how
Stubborn.
He's very stubborn and almost childishly so.
Because he's afraid.
Because he's afraid. And that's something I'd never picked up on when I read the book previously, was that fear pushed him to be as hard-headed as he is. And when I was younger, I never picked up on the fear. And characters that I couldn't before connect with, I connect with a lot better. Even though they're not my favorite characters, I still connect with them better.
Right.
The writing in this one is leaps and bounds above his writing previously. You could tell that he's grown as a writer. I think this is a period where he might have stopped being a lawyer and started being a writer full time.
Yeah, he's much better. I mean, his stories have always been good, but his writing is much better. So it's really good.
We went to his website, Terry Brooks' website, and his series for the Elfstones of Shannara. They're talking about the casting for that, and the guy that they have for Al-Anon, we've decided that we approve of him. He's played in The Hobbit. He's played, if you guys watch Arrow, he plays Deathstroke in Arrow. Slade Wilson. And also,
We approve of Will's character.
we approve of Will's character. We looked him up. He's
okay.
He's okay. We have
He'll work. He'll do.
He'll do. They haven't picked who's going to play Amberly yet, or who's going to play Eritrea.
Eritrea, whatever.
Eritrea, yeah. But
that'll come.
I want to at least give the series a chance. It was one of my favorite books. It was my favorite of the Omsfords, probably.
See, we're reading my favorite right now.
Well, this book is very good, but he's still probably my favorite Omsford. Although I like his son Jer a lot.
Yeah, Jer's good, yeah.
And the guy they have playing Will could have probably easily played Jer. But I'm willing to I want to give this TV show a chance, even though I know it's probably going to depart a little bit from the book. And Terry Brooks seems so excited about it. Everyone's like, oh, it's on MTV. It's not going to be very good. And you can kind of hear him going, hey, guys, give it a chance. It's going to be good. Yeah. And I'm just like, oh, I'll give it a chance just because you seem to feel bad that no one...
Well, I'll have to borrow it from you then. But we need to move on.
Yes, because
Daddy will be home soon.
Yes.
All right. Want to thank, make some acknowledgments here. Want to thank Bella Sox for her donations and Maria Wilhelmina for hers for our prize pot. We are going to use them, as I said, until they run out.
Probably some of those will be going to the sweater along.
Yes. We want to. We had comments on YouTube that we want to thank Kermit Von Frog 12, who is Samara, I believe.
Yes, that is Samara.
And Sissy Knit Crochet and Crochet with Sissy for their comments on episode 136. And Marie Knits, no, I'm sorry, I forget which one she commented on, but 136 was Marie Knits, who is, I believe, Marie. And then we want to thank Heidi Nitty Girl for the New Year's, as I said, birthday gift. Awesome. We got a Christmas card from Nikki, and from Anne Fran, and from Faithful Knitter and Knitting Den. And I apologize to anyone we may have forgotten, because we got some lovely cards. Those are the ones I remembered off the top of my head. And as I said, thank you, Kenneth. Excuse me.
You know it's Kenneth.
Yes, but she turned my pages. Kenneth Turbo Knitter 64?
64.
64 for the shout out and the mention of the sweater long, and Tilly Trout. We appreciate it. So we should close it because my husband's going to be home any minute. We're going to get buzzing doors and things like that. So with our alarms. So we want to wish you, first of all, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
And if you are watching and have not yet signed in to the group officially, please do so. We'd love to have you officially so you can win prizes and stuff, and you know, that would be fun for you and for us, and we'd like to see all the stuff that you do.
And we have a really nice active group.
We do. We're a friendly group. We don't bite much, and we have our shots. So just come and join us. We'd love to have you with us. And thank you for those who have returned. We love having you with us. Our winners for the Toy Along and the PHN 12 Days of Christmas, please contact us as soon as possible. We'll get our stuff out to you as soon as we can. Her name escapes me. She's moving.
You're talking about Allison.
Allison. Sorry, Allison, I drew a blank. Allison.
We know now who loves you more, Allison.
Hugs to Allison. We need your
I told
address
you I love you more.
sooner than later, please, Allison, so we know where to send your thing, okay? Because I know you're in the process of moving. So contact me as soon as you can, okay?
I love you more. More.
Yes. So, thank you very much. We wish you a wonderful week full of everything that makes you happy, whether it's knitting, crocheting, whatever it is, spinning, dyeing, whatever. And a blessed 2015 now that we're starting the new year. This is Pen, Hook, and Needles, episode 136? 35? 36? I always do this every week.
136.
136, and that's a wrap.